Morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trade. Wait, this is not Trading Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin Morning Brief with your host, Tone Vays, and I am joined by Jimmy Song, testing out new ways to stream. Welcome to an awesome new background. It's cool what you can do with a little bit of tech once you, look into it a little bit. Loving this new background. First time trying it, so we'll see how it goes, and then we'll try and go from here and update it. All right, guys, let's welcome Jimmy Song to this show. Hey, Jimmy, how are you?
I am good. Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. It is it's crazy, but 2019 is almost over. First full decade of Bitcoin is almost over, or at least, like the 10-year period between 2010 and 2020. So yeah, very exciting stuff.
Yeah, no, and I completely agree as well. And yes, happy holidays, everyone. Merry Christmas. Hanukkah is going on right now as well. So happy Hanukkah to those that are celebrating Hanukkah. Jimmy, how you been, man? How was La BitConf?
Well, it was terrific. We gave out an English version of the Little Bitcoin book to everybody that was at the conference. I brought some Spanish language versions, which I gave away or sold to certain people, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. The Latin American people that go to the conference are really fun, and it's always an interesting experience, and I could see why you have gone for many years.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't make it this year, but I will absolutely be there next year. Have they given a hint on where it's going to be next year?
Oh yeah, it's going to be in Guatemala, so it'll be a lot closer.
Oh, Guatemala.
Which will be, yeah. So
Interesting.
Yeah, that's very close to me, relatively speaking. So I'm definitely considering going.
Yeah, sure. I just assumed they were gonna do Peru or Costa Rica, which were the top runners for this past year. So that means I'll have to go to Peru myself for sure when I'm down there next year. Yeah, no, that's good to hear. Looking forward to it. 100%. I'll be there next year, guys. I went to 3 in a row, missed one. All right. We got an excellent show for you guys today. Let's go ahead and get started. Of course, we're going to begin with the latest in shitcoinery land. And we are starting with the fake version of Bitcoin known as Bitcoin SV, because they didn't like the other fake version they used to work with, Bitcoin Cash, known as Bcash. So they decided to fork off on their own. This was Craig Wright, Calvin Ayre, Kevin Pham, and Nguyen, the N-Chain original guy. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. I think I know more about this project than I should. And what's going on here? Did they realize that someone can go ahead and steal all of the Bitcoin SV that people haven't actually claimed yet, and they decided to do it themselves? What's going on here, Jimmy? Give us the technical breakdown.
All right. So if you go to Greg Maxwell's Reddit post, I think it's in your next tab there.
Yep, right there.
So yeah. So this is the post that Greg Maxwell posted to Reddit BSV, and basically there are 2 different things that are going into this hard fork that's scheduled for early February for BSV. One is that they will sunset pay to script hash. Pay to script hash, these are addresses that start with a 3 on Bitcoin. It's used for backwards compatibility with SegWit. It's also used for multi-sig. It's used for a lot of things. But basically what they're doing is, because they're going back to Satoshi's vision or something like that, they decided to remove pay to script hash as part of Bitcoin SV. Now that's part one of the 2 things that are happening in the
I'm sorry, Jimmy. Can you just explain pay to script hash for the less technologically inclined among us?
Yeah, sure. So way before, when Bitcoin started, they had something called bare multisig. So if you wanted like 2 of 3, like locked Bitcoins. You have to do something called bare multisig. For a lot of reasons, it's kind of bad. It was abused, for example. You can't really turn it into an address because you're going to have a lot of pub keys and so on. So BIP13 brought in something called pay to script hash, and essentially that allows you to keep a part of the script back from the network and only reveal it when you're actually spending it. So it gives you some measure of privacy because people don't know exactly what conditions under which that amount will be unlocked. It could be like a 3 of 4 or 1 of 7, or it could be lots of different combinations or of those things. But basically, it allowed it to be addressable as well because it's a 20-byte hash. You can make it into an address, which we have in Bitcoin. These are the addresses that start with a 3. So that's what pay to script hash is. And what Bitcoin SV is doing is they're rolling that back. They don't feel that that's part of Satoshi's vision, I guess, and they decided to take that out of Bitcoin Satoshi's vision. So that's part one. The other thing that was really peculiar that Greg Maxwell noticed is that as part of the Bitcoin Cash hard fork on August 1st, 2017, they transitioned from the normal the legacy signature hashing algorithm. And despite them saying that they hate SegWit, all that stuff, they moved the signature hashing algorithm based on what we in Bitcoin use it for SegWit, and that's BIP 143 style signature hashes. Now that's something that Bitcoin SV also inherited, but they're also rolling that back. So essentially, after their hard fork, they're no longer going to use the BIP 143 style signature hashes. They'll use the pre-August 1st, 2017 style signature hashes. Now, what that means is that essentially any transaction that spends like a pay to pub key hash, these are addresses that start with a 1, that hasn't moved since before August 1st, 2017, any of those can be replayed on Bitcoin SV or BSV. And that means that they can essentially be stolen. So for example, if you are, say, upgrading from legacy addresses to something like SegWit or something like that, those will be replayable on Bitcoin SV, and then it can get stolen because SegWit doesn't exist.
Oh, no, but they're not going to do SegWit, right? I mean, the whole...
they don't have SegWit, so it becomes an anyone can spend. Similar with pay to script hash, it becomes just a hash lock. So if you spend a pre-August 1st, 2017 coin that's locked to a pay to script hash, and you reveal the redeem script as part of spending it, and that's something that you have to do, then that can get replayed on Bitcoin SV, or that hash pre-image can be used to just take your coins that haven't been claimed on Bitcoin SV. Essentially, they're grabbing a bunch of money for themselves through the combination of these two things, which as Greg correctly points out, this should result in a massive influx of circulating coins ready for dumping on the markets and lots of popcorn for everyone who has stayed clear of this mess. And after Greg posted this, you can go back to the other one that you were showing before.
Yep.
Essentially, BitcoinSV.io, they responded by saying, hey, Greg Maxwell didn't responsibly disclose. It turned out that if you read through another thread, he actually did contact people. And there were even people saying this like 3 months ago. Not this one. There's another BSV discussion.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to dig that deep into it. I'm actually kind of upset why Greg Maxwell is wasting his time on this shit and not like programming Bitcoin.
He's trying to save people from the money that they're owed. He doesn't want there to be theft. And
it's too late. It's too late. I mean, if you believe in this garbage of Bitcoin SV, you're lost. It's too late for you. Like,
no. It's not them that he's trying to protect. There's a lot of people that haven't moved their Bitcoins since before August 1st, 2017. And that means that they haven't claimed their BCH or BSV, in which case, he wants them to go and take them and dump them on the market before this hard fork happens. Otherwise, it's going to be stolen from you.
Oh, okay. So this is why someone like me or you doesn't care about this, because we dumped all of our Bcash before the BSV split. So
right, but there are people for security reasons that didn't move their coins, in which case, like you kind of have to weigh this. I mean, they're going to move it for you anyway. Probably after this hard fork, but then again, like that other post was claiming, well, okay, we're now going to change something because this is an exploit that was found. Greg Maxwell was eligible for $100,000 bounty or something like that, and Greg's like, I would never take money from those guys. So, I mean, in a sense, it's I think they basically got caught red-handed by Greg, and they're walking it back and trying to make it sound like they were doing something nice, or they didn't realize, or it's an exploit or something like that. But I mean, these two in combination were like sneakily put into this hard fork as a way for them to exploit it. And given some of their network rules and stuff, it's whoever first blasts them out, and inevitably that would probably be N-Chain or Calvin Air or Craig S. Wright or somebody.
Yeah, so wait a minute. So the people that this affects the most are probably the Bitcoin Cash people, potentially, right? Because or the ones that never claimed their Bcash, and there's really almost no point to claiming this shit, because look, BSV is like $80 a coin. So for every, I know
you might have a lot of money, and if you did have BCH and you had it in a P2SH output and you didn't claim BSV yet, then yeah, you're in danger of losing all your money, all your BSV anyway. But I suspect most people on BCH have already claimed theirs, so that probably right, shouldn't. But yeah, but it's more for Bitcoin.
Yeah, let's move on. I mean, this is just just insane. So going from one, insane shitcoin to another brings us right back to Ethereum. We spent an unlimited amount of time on Ethereum last time. So what is this? This is interesting page. Our mission: 1 million developers around the world. Ethereum developers are ushering in radical change, one keystroke at a time, which is certainly true for several reasons. One, they're about to do this. Do I even have the article for that? I don't.
Go back to that page. I just want you to scroll down. Keep scrolling. Well, just keep scrolling down. I want to show you.
This
something.
is it. This is it.
Can you refresh? Huh, that's weird. I thought there was
What else was there? When you sent
they were showing. They must have updated the page, but they were showing the number of developers on Ethereum, and it said 0.
Really?
So
oh man, I wanted to see that. Hey, so Ethereum is where's that article? I thought I pulled it. I don't want to like scroll through all of my articles, but I guess I forgot to pull it up. There was an article, Ethereum is doing another hard fork on January 1st. It's not like people have a day off for, recovering from drinking the night before or anything like that.
They are having another hard fork. And let me see if I can message you that particular article.
Send me that one. But like the Ethereum articles are now getting really funny. Here's one from CoinDesk. Into the Ether, 90% of all ETH wallets now out of the money. I mean, they're doing a bunch of analysis. Oh God, like Ethereum is really going down right into the toilet, and their chart is actually confirming this. If we look at this is the Bcash chart. Where's the Ethereum chart? No, that's the Ripple chart. Jeez.
All of them look pretty terrible to me. I don't know.
Here we go. Here are the Ethereum charts. Oh, I think I split the Ethereum. I see what happened there. This is probably it. That's the Ethereum chart, right? So here's Ethereum versus Bitcoin, and it's sitting at a very critical level. This is incredibly critical for Ethereum. This is now the second time Ethereum is approaching 0.017, And if it breaks 0.017, guys, you are in serious trouble. You're going to be down about 40% more against Bitcoin, because that is your next level of support. This is open. This is what we call open air. The last time there was open air was exactly the same amount, 42%. And look, you held 0.027 once, and then twice went down to 0.025, and then thrice. That's not a word, I know.
Thrice.
Thrice. And then it was all over for you, okay? And you fell 42% because this was open air. Now, actually, I expected it to fall all the way down to 0.001. You held up since September, but it's not going to be pretty once you fall below 0.017, and you're on the verge of doing so. All right, you got another article for me?
Yeah, I sent it to you via chat.
All right, cool. Got it.
Okay. So this is the hard fork that they are doing. I don't know if you can pull it up on this.
Oh, I got it.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, so basically, they had a hard fork like a week ago, and then nobody really noticed that it didn't change the block reward like it was supposed to. So they have something called the difficulty bomb, which they keep delaying, but it basically forces a hard fork every 6 months, and it prevents something like Ethereum Classic from happening, because if you do keep the old software, then the difficulty will be so high that you wouldn't be able to mine on it. But because of that, but they forgot that it was too close and the mining rewards were dropping, or they were being slow as a result. And they were supposed to fix that as part of the last hard fork, but they forgot to do it. And so they have another emergency hard fork coming up again to fix that, to push out the difficulty bomb one more time. And they're doing that, of course, on January 1st, which happens to be pretty much a universal holiday all around the world, which is to say that pretty much every exchange is going to be cursing them, because their engineers have to go and upgrade all of it and have to check all of it and make sure that everything's fine, and suspend trading for some of the hours while they're upgrading and so on.
Yes, guys, can you please stop trading?
I mean, it's so crazy that they pull off stuff like this, and I think Udi was speculating on Twitter that, why don't businesses demand like more time for this sort of thing? And I was speculating on his speculation. I mean, just like exchanges and stuff. I mean, I at some point there's going to be some sort of like 2x sort of event on Ethereum where the businesses are going to be like, no more of this crap.
Well, right.
We want to do that.
The only businesses that really matter, that actually, in Ethereum, are the exchanges, and they're going to start dumping Ethereum one by one. Yeah,
I mean, that's probably what will eventually happen as like liquidity dries up and stuff. But yeah, I mean, if 90% of the holders of Ethereum are all underwater, I mean, that's not good, man. There's going to be a lot of upset people and some lawsuits coming.
All right. So speaking of upset people and lawsuits, remember that back then,
Hedera Hashgraph?
Well, back when we talked about it and laughed at it and made fun of it as being nonsense, that was 2 years ago. I remember it very clearly the first time we talked about it, because I was at La BitConf. I was in Colombia. It was like a week after La BitConf. I was in I think I was in Medellin or somewhere. I was in either Cali or Medellin. I don't remember. We were somewhere there, and probably Cali. And we talked about Hashgraph and what a dumb project it was. And now it looks like they are asking investors to wait longer because their tokens have crashed in price. Because the scam token that this decentralized internet project has created has crashed in price, and that has probably means they don't have enough money anymore and whatever. And they're, of course, asking people to wait for their investment to go up, breaking all kinds of security laws, on top of the fact that this was the dumbest project ever to begin with. And these guys are still, people ask them to speak at conferences. It's just totally insane.
Well, I think they're paying to speak at conferences, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, because they printed a bunch of money. I mean, that's what happens, guys. Here's why I'm so frustrated with the conference scene. 2020 will probably be almost the last time I go around the conference circuit. After that, I'm gonna try to take a page out of Andreas's book. Stick in a huge fee and try not to even speak at crypto conferences, because all the other speakers, they're paid. They're paying to speak to sell you their scam. That's like 80% of speakers at every single conference, except my conference, except Honey Badger, except BitBlock Boom. There's very, very few of these.
Well, I think there are a lot more Bitcoin only conferences that are definitely happening, like Breaking Bitcoin and
well, I didn't mention the developer conferences, right? Breaking Bitcoin.
Advancing Bitcoin, scaling Bitcoin. There's a bunch of them.
You're going to Advancing this year. I'm gonna miss that one because of I got to prep for Unconfiscatable. But yeah, there's very few. Understanding Bitcoin, the one that I'm backing on myself and Giacomo doing more.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting to be a good number. I think there's almost like 10 now. So I mean, the thing is, like, when you have a bear market, a lot of these guys don't want to spend the money, or it's not worth pumping, so they can't sponsor a lot of these conferences. I mean, we saw a consensus last year that the numbers were dropping significantly, and that's the biggest one that they have. So yeah, it's an interesting situation we got here.
Well, speaking of printing your own money and buying a bunch of shit, let's go back to who bought Poloniex. I believe that was Justin's son and the Tron scam project. So they printed a bunch of Tron. They went on a shopping spree. They bought BitTorrent, and now I believe they're the ones that bought Poloniex. And now that they've taken Poloniex, they bought it from Circle. Now that they have moved it outside the U.S., they're allowing people to withdraw up to $10,000 without KYC. This should have been done about 3 years ago when people were still using Poloniex. So I don't know who else still has any money.
I mean, oh yeah. They did have some limit for when you can withdraw without KYC, but it wasn't very much.
No, it was like 2,000, but I think once Circle, became legit, there was zero. Like you couldn't withdraw a penny because they were a U.S. company, so they couldn't even give you $1 without KYC. And now that it's outside, I'm still not sure what this means for U.S. residents. So anyway, not going to spend much time.
I think they made you withdraw already, so like you can't even go on there anymore.
No, we got to talk about something really, really important. Really important. It's happening over at blockchain.info, which was their original name. Did they finally get SegWit, Jimmy? Peter Smith on January 1st, 2017. That's right, kids. Not 2019, not 2018, but on January 1st, 2017, in a tweet said they were SegWit ready. Did they finally get SegWit? Is this the news, Jimmy?
No. No. The news is that they are changing their name again from blockchain to blockchain.com. It used to be blockchain.info. They had a major announcement after they got around the funding to be blockchain, and now they are blockchain.com. This is what they're spending their resources on instead of supporting SegWit on their Block Explorer or in their wallet. I'm not even sure you can do like pay to script hash on their wallet. It's literally like a wallet from 2011, more or less. I mean, I guess they added HD wallets like in 2016. They're really, really slow. I would say these guys are like dinosaurs that really need to be disrupted, because I mean, seriously, you're making a name change again as if that's like a major innovation. It reminds me of what Coinbase did a few years ago. Like Brian Armstrong like sort of teased out that there was a big announcement, And everyone thought, okay, well, he's gonna, add a coin or something like that. Turned out that they moved to React, which is a JavaScript framework that they were doing on the front end, as if that was really important. Again, this tells you how incompetent some of these CEOs are, and how much of a lucky, right place, right time kind of thing that they came to. I mean, they kind of remind me of Mark Harpellis. It's, come on, man. Like, yeah, I can't wait for somebody to absolutely destroy these guys, because they like, really, you're not going to do SegWit. You're going to change your name and act like everything's okay. And remember, this was one of the guys that was really big behind SegWit 2x. And yeah, I mean, he's proven that he's a real enemy of Bitcoin in many ways.
I remember when part of their wallet setup, they would send you your backup to your Gmail account.
Yeah, now they give you a backup like backup mnemonic phrase and stuff like that. I mean, they were innovative like 8 years ago. They're not innovative now. It's really kind of sad.
Okay, so enough fun. Let's get to some serious work. Some real developers actually, doing something useful. Give us an update on C Lightning. I'll be honest with you guys. My Lightning game is almost non-existent, right? People are like, Tone, are you using Lightning? And my answer is, I am not using Lightning, and here's my excuse. I mean, everyone's busy, right? The reason why I don't use Lightning is Bitcoin on-chain payments are fast, cheap, and pretty private, unless you are using, a bunch of exchanges, right? So if I haven't had the need to use Lightning, right? Like when Bitcoin hypers, I can't even say that word. When
hyper Bitcoinization
happens, Bitcoin transactions will once again start to get slow, and they will start to get expensive, and we will all be using Lightning. In the meantime, I am actually happy that I'm supporting miners with my 5-cent fee. I know I'm overpaying. Jimmy will happily tell me that I'm overpaying that by paying 5 cents. And also, John Carvalho has this thing, be reckless, like go and abuse Lightning. I'm okay with giving Lightning another year or two in order to really be stable and be very user friendly, so that when the masses come, it'll be very, very useful to everyone. But we have new releases, and Jimmy's going to tell us about it.
Yeah, so first of all, Tone, you should really download something like Breeze Wallet. They give you like $100 in inbound liquidity, and wow. It's gotten a lot better even in the last 4 months. And I can tell you for certain, because I was taking payments at BitBlock Boom, which was in late August. And some of the Lightning channels were having a hard time finding routes and stuff. The routing algorithms have improved significantly. I was taking payments at La Bitcoin for my book and stuff. Small payments like $10, $15, something like that. And every time it went through very quickly. And you can tell that the Lightning Network is improving almost by the day. So I would encourage you to just try Breeze Wallet. They'll give you $100 in inbound liquidity. You don't you only have to put in a little bit, and that way you can receive payments for various things and then pay people really quickly. It's a really it's gotten to be a much better user experience as Lightning has improved. But the big thing about this release that I'm excited about, that I think a lot of Lightning developers are excited about, is multi-part payment support. So currently the way Lightning works is that you have only one route to the sender, and basically all of the money has to go through that one route. So if I'm trying to send you $100, all $100 have to go through each hop, and all of the liquidity oftentimes gets dried up as a part of doing that. But if you have multi-part payments, what you can do is take the $100 payment and route 50 using one route and 50 and another route, and you don't have to sort of use up all of the liquidity that's in those channels. And you can do more if you have more channels open and so on. And that's a really cool thing. And once you have that, then it makes the whole system a lot a lot more balanced, and you don't dry up liquidity and you don't close down routes and stuff like that. And it makes for a faster, better networked Lightning network, if that makes sense.
All right, awesome. No, I can't wait. You know, I'm actually about to buy a new phone. I totally missed all the deals around Black Friday, Thanksgiving. So unfortunately, I'll be overpaying for my phone. Once I get a new phone, I'm gonna download. I mean, I have Blue Wallet right now. I know it's not as a decentralized solution as we like, but that's the Lightning wallet I have used, and I had never had any problems. I used it a couple of times this year, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, I do want to also set up my own node this year at understandingbtc.com, understanding Bitcoin. I will not be teaching a workshop. I'm actually going to sit there and learn. I'm going to bring my laptop. I'm going to set up a proper, Lightning wallet on my laptop. So that's what kind of we educate there. All right, Jimmy, you wrote another article. Why exchanges delist coins. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so there's a couple of things that triggered this article. One was CoinFloor no longer supporting BCH and Ethereum, and the other is that BitGo is no longer supporting BSV because of the pay to script hash issue, and they only use pretty much pay to script hash. But I go through the economics of listing a token on an exchange and all of the things that you have to take into account as an exchange. And in particular, I go through all of the security risks that you have when you're listing a token that you have to be very, very careful about. And I brought up the example of Cryptsy, how there was a coin that got listed there, but it turned out that the founders embedded malware into the full node software and basically got access to the Cryptsy servers. And as a result, they drained Cryptsy of 12,000 Bitcoin and 30,000 Litecoin. And of course, Cryptsy went bankrupt pretty soon after that. But talking about all of the economics of it, it gives you, the article is about what more delistings that we're going to see, because it is an engineering maintenance nightmare oftentimes, especially for really crazy projects like Ethereum, where you have to, stay up on January 1st in order to deploy a hard fork and, spend engineering time looking through the source code and so on. Versus something like Bitcoin, where nobody forces you to upgrade. You can keep an older node around and not upgrade at your leisure, and not on January 1st and things like that. So, based on that, I am predicting that there will be a lot more delistings in 2020, and that listing a token will have a higher threshold as more hacks like this happen, and all of the security risks end up happening as well.
All right, cool. So before we move on to the price and say goodbye to Jimmy, a lot of articles are coming out, 4 trends to shape crypto in 2020. Here's another one, 7 trends bringing blockchain into focus in the year ahead. I haven't posted a blog post in like 2 years because I'm a terrible writer. Anyone that has ever seen me spell is fully aware of this. But I'm going to write something up and hopefully proofread it. And I'm going to talk about my 10 trends. I'm going to talk a little bit about the recap of 2019, and I'm going to look ahead to 2020, and I'm going to throw in my top 10 trends. I mean, we can glance at whatever this person wrote. Blockchain, okay.
Naturally, yeah.
I don't know what that means. Okay, let's skip that. This seems weird. Bitcoin is back. China. Anyway, I got to read through some of the other opinions. We will see how that goes. Jimmy, you want to give us, maybe 1 or 2? Are you going to write something like that up as well on your blog?
I mean, at some point, probably. Right now, I'm trying to figure out what the hell BSV is going to do, and what you should do if you have unclaimed coins and so on. But regardless of that,
you're too nice to people, Jimmy.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people in Bitcoin that might get hurt by this, or they should be dumping BSV so that the price on there crashes. But as far as trends for 2020, the halving is definitely going to matter. I think that will, cause a supply shock that may not be felt in the market for a while, but it's definitely going to have an effect. I think exchanges will start delisting coins as their liquidity dries up, and the engineering time going in is more than the trading fees that they're collecting. I think a lot of these coins are already down like some insane percentage from the top. But that's going to crash even more. So that will be interesting to watch, whether or not the price continues crashing or liquidity will just dry up as exchanges just delist them. So these are all interesting trends to watch. And I might write something up. We'll see. How about you, Tone?
Yeah, I'm gonna write it up. One second, I just have to put a comment in the live chat. Hey guys. Look, the reason why a lot of us have ads on YouTube is because, first of all, let's start with this, right? If you think I make money from YouTube ads, you're wrong. These graphics behind me and my thumbnails cost me more money than the ad revenue brings in, right? So I'm running my YouTube channel at a loss. So it's definitely not for the money. It makes it a little bit less painful to my wallet to get these graphics done. So, but that's a choice, right? The main reason to put those ads in, as much as YouTube tells you that the way they promote your YouTube channel has nothing to do with whether you have monetization on or don't. But a lot of people say that it matters a lot because YouTube provides a lot of storage. And, when you abuse that storage with all these videos for free, anyway, we're not going to get into the details. What I do recommend is I pay $10 a month to YouTube for YouTube Red. I don't pay $10 a month to Netflix because I don't watch TV. But I pay $10 a month to YouTube to never watch ads again, ever. I think it's the best $10 a month I spend in my life to never watch a single YouTube ad for only $10 a month. I strongly advise you guys.
No. You bought Bitcoin for $10 some long time ago. That was the best $10 you ever spent. I'm not sure why people are complaining.
I didn't get in that early, all right, but not even close. But yeah, no, I mean, like the best $10 a month I spend right now is on YouTube Premium. This is not an advertisement for YouTube Premium. I'm just saying, if the YouTube ads bothering you, spend $10 a month, guys. I'm sure you can afford it.
Or if you're a tech guy, just disable certain domains on your using Pi-hole or some DNS solution, and you'll be all right. So that's the other way to do it. That's how I get rid of ads.
All right, guys. People are asking, did I get a strike from YouTube? I have not yet. I know 6 or 7 crypto YouTubers have got YouTube has.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Tone, do you think that's because they're promoting shitcoins or ICOs or something like that? Because all of the ones that I've seen, they're like general crypto, not Bitcoin specific like you or me.
So, you want me to talk to you about this offline or online?
I don't know. It depends on how comfortable you are. I don't really care. If they shut me down, they shut me down.
No, that's not it. So, all right, fine, I'll do it. So, you watching what I'm typing?
Yeah, bitcoinist.com, sure.
No.
Oh, bitcoin.com. Huh.
Yes. I never ever do this. What the hell is this?
Oh,
wow, really? Different. You're trying to sell me a scam wallet that's going to sell me a fake Bitcoin?
Yeah, dark UI pattern. Yay.
Oh boy. All right, where the hell is their news articles? All right.
It's the news tab on the top.
All right, I was just going to go directly to the article. News. God, look at that. What a shit coin. So they actually wrote an article that explained it, but I can't. Where is it?
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Right.
Well, search YouTube or something.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, let's search YouTube.
There we go. Speculation abounds. No, go up. Go up.
Oh. There. Jesus.
Yeah.
Can't find anything on this site. All right. So for those that want more information, I can't possibly recommend anything that happens on Bitcoin.com, but I think they were the first to write about it. At least they were the first that like came across my radar of what's going on. So basically, it has to do with this. Where is it? Here. While many are pointing to centrally organized mass YouTube censorship of crypto, some are wondering if a more personal conflict might be involved. Screenshots from an alleged Telegram conversation posted by Chico Crypto, one of the first guys to get this ban, show a user identified as I am Sam Smith, stating this is only the beginning of the demise of Chico. You started a war, which you will now win. I am Sam Smith, to vow to bring upon you the same pain which you did to me. We will keep flagging. So the user solution, fighting back against racist scammers in crypto. So apparently Bitcoin.com reached out to this person, to Sam Smith on Telegram, and they asked him about it, and here is what he said. Here it is. I got Chico Crypto banned, absolutely. Many of them are anti-Indians, meaning Indians from India, not Indians from Native America. Again, lots of confusion for some people. And they spew hate speech. YouTube has finally taken a stand against the white population of crypto by removing videos and giving strikes. Diversity is a beautiful thing, and crypto should welcome all backgrounds. This is still a developing story. It looks like, I don't know if anyone wrote, if someone has another article for more details, but this looks like what it looks like. It's, I mean, I'm a little, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I'm a little surprised that if one person is able to achieve this. I mean, it depends on what's in those videos. I guess he's been trying for a while to get some YouTube videos and maybe some channels banned due to what he feels is hate speech in those videos or channels. And perhaps those channels do promote scams more than others. I mean, this channel itself has been fighting scams for years, right, since its existence. And as far as I know, I haven't displayed any kind of hate speech towards any individual or a group or, you know, ethnicity. This channel has been generally pretty open. So I have not gotten one of these strikes. We will see what happens going forward. But this is interesting. At first I read this, I was a little surprised that this was not, you know, YouTube. This was not generated by YouTube, but generated by people asking YouTube at first. But now that I think more about it and I look more into it, this looks to be, this has some legitimacy to it. So there you go. So you can research more, but there is some information on it already. There is a Telegram channel by Sam Smith where he even posts. So, I mean, anyone can join the channel. The links to that channel are right here in this article. So you can check that out. I mean, I personally joined this channel this morning just to see what's going on because, you know, I'm curious what is happening. So I joined the channel to see what's going on there. Anybody else can do the same in a channel on Telegram. For those of you that don't know, you can't speak. Only the admins of the channel post. So you don't actually even know which of the admins are posting. You actually don't even know who the admins are. It's completely like blind to you. So this looks like what started it all. So we will see who is next. But I have not yet gotten a strike from YouTube since people are asking. Jimmy, your thoughts?
Yeah, I was speculating that it was actually like promoting ICOs or something that they were going after, but it looks more like sort of like racism or some sort of violation of the terms and services for YouTube or something like that, in which case Well, I mean, what can I say? I have not gotten anything like that. But then again, I don't do nearly as many shows as you, so you probably know better than me what's going on.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll try to keep an eye on it. I have not personally reached out to Sam Smith. But I am in the channel. I would like to know what's going on. I'd like to see his thoughts. And but yeah, but 6 people, including BTC Sessions and Chris Dunn. I did text Chris Dunn last night. I am curious what was in the Chris Dunn's videos. I haven't seen Chris Dunn's videos in a couple of years, but when I did start doing the crypto trading stuff, I thought that his trading skills are pretty good. But that's all I really know about the situation. I haven't really dug deep enough into it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens if I get a strike. And when you do get a strike, you can't live stream for like a week or a month. It depends on how bad that strike is. So some of these guys might not be able to live stream for a while. Of course, as far as I know, they're all disputing it. But they posted their appeals. So we'll see. We'll see how it all turns out. It's a very interesting development in the crypto space. Do you want to save the Mark Cuban story for next time, Jimmy?
Yeah. Can I show my stuff though?
yeah, of course. All
right. So programmingbitcoin.com. There you can find my book, Programming Bitcoin from O'Reilly, as well as my other book, Little Bitcoin Book, that's available on Amazon in English, Spanish, and now Portuguese. We also have it available on audiobook for those of you that don't like to sit down and read, but like to listen on the go. My seminar is coming to Las Vegas, February 20th and 21st. If you click on Programming Bitcoin up at the top, that will help. That will show what's going on. And that is the next time that you will be able to learn Bitcoin from me is in Las Vegas in time for Tone's conference, Unconfiscatable. I will also be at Advancing Bitcoin February 6th and 7th. And the conference after that is, of course, Unconfiscatable, which is happening in Las Vegas and Tone is organizing.
All right. And here is Jimmy's. Sorry, I was distracted a little bit by the live chat. Sorry about that, Jimmy. Here is the Las Vegas workshop. Someone in the live chat said they want to give me access to some indicator. My TradingView username is the same as all my other usernames, which is @ToneVays is my TradingView username. If you want to give me access to some indicator, just give me access as @ToneVays. And you can also like message me on TradingView and say what access you gave me. I don't know when I'll have time to take a look at your indicator, but to give me access to something on TradingView, you don't really need to give me a heads up. You can just do it, and then hopefully I'll catch it. I'll get notified that hey, you got access to something. Okay, so you don't really need my predetermined permission. Okay, so before we get to the price, a quick. There's really not much on tonevays.com, but if you want to support this YouTube channel, please check out the affiliate page for TradingView and US approved exchanges, exchanges for foreigners, all this other stuff. Conferences, Unconfiscatable, coming to Las Vegas. Jimmy is, of course, going to be there. Hey, Jimmy, we got Saifedean again.
Yeah, I heard. That'll be fun.
Right, and we got we got Novak just agreed to come. It's gonna be great, man. This is I'm loving the speaker lineup. It's gonna be awesome. Can't wait to have all you guys there. I don't think you've ever met Willy Vu in person.
I have.
Oh, you have? Okay, yeah, awesome.
A bunch of times actually.
Oh, okay, great. And Leah's coming back again, so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be really, really good. And of course, the Financial Summit. Which we are going to be doing in the Dominican Republic. I just got back from there. We were selecting a venue. We are pretty much good to go. So check it out, the Financial Summit. Read the descriptions. This event is definitely not for everyone and only open to 30 attendees. So space is limited. All right. On this note, Jimmy, we're going to let you go unless you want to stick around for a little bit of price.
I'll watch that on my own later, but yeah, I have noticed that that we're on a 7 count on the 4 hour, so that's going to probably not be very good. All right, anyway, this song is done.
All right, Jimmy, enjoy your day, enjoy your holidays. All right, as you can see, I got a little bit of a background behind me. Still working on how to properly use the green screens. New to this. Again, very, very slow process. But yeah, check out Tone Square. There it is. All right. Shout out World of Rusty on Twitter, the man who designs all of my thumbnails. Okay. Let's go back to screen share and take a look at a little bit of price. I might do like a full price show because this show has already gone on for an hour. So this will be a short version. Let's go to the weekly. So the weekly is very interesting. We had that green 2 go above a green 1, which indicated a potential bullish move. But as you guys know, I was skeptical. And the reason why I'm skeptical is because we are in an overall downtrend. As you can see, we are now back down to 7,200, and this is potentially very bad. This red line that I had on here from before, this red line, it still matters, though now this red line, I need to move it over because now what really matters is this line. There's going to be two things that matter here. First of all, if this week closes as a red 1, your bullish ideas that started early in the week are completely gone. So all bullishness from early in the week, for starters, goes away, okay? In addition, if next week is a red 2 going below a red 1, and ideally it would be below 8,900 as the red 2 is going below the red 1, or I would even be comfortable with it being below 7,000, okay? That creates a very nasty situation, a very nasty situation. First of all, you would be going below the prior swing low on the close end basis weekly. That is incredibly bearish. The worst thing that would happen is a red 2 going below a red 1, going below this vicinity, kicks off a brand new setup to a 9 to the downside. You see, we started our first red move to the downside back in July. And we never really even activated a short trade because the red 2, they went below red 1, red 3, they went below red 2. So this was pretty much consolidation. No short trade activated. The short trade then we had another red 1 price flip. But once again, no red 2 below the red 1. We closed as a green 1, then we price flipped again. So the first actual short trade that took place was on this red 4. And technically, we never actually made a red 9. We had a red 9 halfway through the candle, even 3/4 of the candle. But at the end of the week, it rallied and it reset. So I always felt that we really needed a full-blown count to a 9. And I was hoping this would be it. This would be that final bearish count. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and we can finally bottom at the end of January. But if we are resetting the count, if we are going to reset the count right now, that's potentially 9 more weeks of downside. And 9 more weeks takes us, I almost want to just use the shift key, right? So if I hold the shift key and I do this and I go out 9 bars, that takes us to the end of February. So the end of February might be the final low. I am looking for the final low to take place in first quarter of 2020. I am still looking for 6,400 low to break to the downside, making that final low, okay? Here's the daily chart. The daily chart is still like overall, we're still going down in a bearish posture. We had a good day followed by one more good day recently. We are still on a green 7, but we're back into this no trade zone, right? I mean, like I've been saying for over a week, above 70, above 7,300, I'm bullish up to 77. That's exactly where we hit 77. This line was there before. I didn't like, I think it was there before. Okay. We hit it. We hit it a little earlier than I expected. I thought we'd hit it, you know, tomorrow or something, or 2 days from now. Now we're back in this little no trade zone. This 72 to 7,300 was my ultimate no trade zone. Going back below 7,200 creates a bearish environment. Now, next candle, like next 2 days, will reset the count. It'll be very difficult to get to a 9 here, because in order to make a 9, you got to trade above, you know, 7,500. And right now, it's not looking like it wants to do it. So this will probably not even make it to a 9. The count will reset. And if you get a red 2 going below a red 1, you know, in the $7,000 vicinity, that now activates this big drop down. Okay. So at the moment, I would not have any trades on. The daily is still leaning a little bit bullish. The weekly is now totally neutral. And it looks like things really want to flip over to the downside. Look at the setup trend lines rejecting the price both on a 12-hour and the daily time frame. And the 4-hour, however, tops beautifully on a 9 at the close. The intra candle is clearly topped on the following candle, which is normal. And there could be a 4-hour 9 coming up later today, and then 1 to 4 candle bounce, and then probably more downside. Like, I am leaning overall bearish now, and GBTC, let's see here, it's going down a little bit. This video has now gone for a little bit of a while. I need to get to work probably tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow, I think I'll just have a day off. I may or may not stream. I'm probably going to write up that blog post on my trends for 2020 and stuff. All of that I said earlier. Miner revenue, I know I have a lot of tabs. We'll see. I still got like 5 days to go to see if the Binance scam token, oh, it's almost there. Come on. Oh, you got 16.5%. Come on, you can do it, Binance. Every shitcoin should not, like all the shitcoins should be better, worse performers than Bitcoin, right? I said it like 3 months ago that Binance would close the year in the red, and it's got to lose 16% versus Bitcoin by end of year, and there's only about 6 days left, so we'll see how I do on that prediction. Bitcoin longs, not really going to talk about that. I got to talk about Tether one of these days. I haven't really had the chance to. Ethereum, as mentioned earlier, is on the verge of having a huge capitulation versus Bitcoin. And, oh, B-Trash. This is so bad. This is really, really bad. I mean, Bcash is on the verge of having its second lowest close in history. Okay, this was their lowest close in history, 0.02470. Right now, we are at 0.02587. It's on the verge of having its lowest close. It still has a little while to go before its lowest swing low, which was at 0.02181. But this is incredibly dangerous for the price of Btrash. I should call it Ccash now, because remember what I said, it's Bcash as long as it's above 3%, and then it's Ccash when it's below 3%, and when it goes below 2%, it's time to call it Dcash, and then when it goes below 1% of the price of Bitcoin, it's time to call it Fcash. I drew this red arrow back at the end of September, and it's taken a little bit of a while. This consolidation at the low looks very, very bad, and it looks like it's now breaking down, and I'm still looking for this target. My target is negative 0.00285. Basically, this thing should go into the negative, and if you own it, you deserve to pay somebody money for your stupidity. All right, I guess I got a million tabs. The XRP token scam, don't really care. Oh, wow. Gold. Is that gold? Oh, look at the pop in gold. Interesting. Very interesting. I think it's time to be bullish gold, guys. I think it's time to get bullish gold. Oh, this is good. I can't wait to sell my gold coins at like my upwards target for gold is about 5,000 per coin. But it's really going to take off if gold can go to a new all-time high. It still has some room. I'm a little surprised because the stock market has been rallying, unless today the market fell. Keep in mind, we are on a candle following a 9, though it's a holiday week, so no one's really trading. I believe the markets are open today. And I mean, like, this is when traders take off. There's no volume right now going on. Gold, maybe it's the holidays, maybe, no, maybe it's the holidays. So I'm not sure. I got to look into what's driving the price of gold up. And of course, Tesla is, oh, that's Apple. Oh, I want to look at Starbucks. Sorry, guys. The reason I want to look at Starbucks is because I was bullish Starbucks during the webinar. When I did my options webinar, I was bullish on Starbucks. The options webinar was, when the hell was it? I think it was like December 14 and 15. So it was around this area, and I was bullish Starbucks, and it's just been flat. So not really up, not really down. And I was neutral to, I want to look at Roku. So this is really interesting. So the reason why this area exists in Roku is because we were talking about a trade that would profit as long as Roku stayed in this zone. If Roku stays in this zone, the trade profits. And the closer we are to this zone without going over, right? It's kind of like the Price is Right. Closest without going over, right? So the trade that we discussed in that webinar on options, if Roku closes near one of these lines, the profits are at absolute maximum. If Roku closes anywhere between these lines, the trade is still pretty profitable. Only if this goes outside the lines, that's when the trade starts to lose you money, okay? And actually, the trade makes the maximum amount of money on the upside. So if Roku closes at $156 on January 23rd, option expiration, this trade will make the most amount of money. It'll make the second most amount of money if it closes at 111 on January 23rd at expiration, whatever that Friday is. Is January 23rd the third Friday? That's Thursday, right? So the day after, right? So Thursday. And as long as it stays between these lines, it's profitable, okay? But profits start to go up a lot the longer you are right, because anyway, I'm not going to talk about details. This was the most advanced trade I discussed in that options workshop. So it literally took place on the 15th hour of the 2-day workshop. Okay. And I do want to glance at Tesla. Come on, Tesla. I really hope Tesla pulls back because I totally blew it. I talked about buying into Tesla, like here at the lows, but I never actually did, and I'm an idiot. Yeah, I also talked about buying into Lyft and Uber after they've dropped 50%, and I was too busy and did neither. So I always talked about buying Lyft after it fell 50% off the IPO. And look what happened. It fell exactly 50% off the IPO, and I did not buy in. Would have been a nice profitable trade. Same thing for Uber. I said the moment it falls, 50% you buy in. Uber didn't fall as much, but that's because Uber was, everyone thought that Uber underpriced itself at IPO because they saw how much Lyft was falling. Uber also gave you some good buying opportunities between the 9 and the 13 at the low. And now Uber's on a 9, so we can wait. I wouldn't rush into it now. And it's the holiday season. Lyft is on no. Oh, wow. Look at the top at the 9. Anyway, all right, guys. This has been it. Please check out the Financial Summit. That's one of the conferences coming up in the Dominican Republic, okay, and Bali as well. Both registrations are open. People are already registering for both. Just choose your conference. We do accept fiat payments as well. You can see other payment options. You can go ahead and click there, and then use the contact page to reach out to us if you want to pay in something other than BTC. We certainly accept it. We do work with the regulated financial system because we have to. And there it is. So read that over. And of course, Unconfiscatable. That's the event happening in Las Vegas with too many names, too many big names. I mean, look, Saifedean, Adam Back, we have Peter McCormick, Dan Hell, like everybody. You can name everybody, Ugly Old Goat will be there. MVK, some people you don't know, but you will. Peter Todd, Max Kaiser, Willie Wu, Jimmy Song. I can't wait, guys. It's going to be absolutely incredible. If you really want to support the effort, please buy a VIP ticket. You will have a lot more access to the speakers. You will have access to the speaker green room, which is, where speakers usually run away to enjoy some, a glass of wine and some food, and away from the general public, and you can have access to that. That is what the main advantage of a VIP pass. The regular ticket is just $250. I want to make it cheaper, guys, but I absolutely can't. That's the best we can do for you. That's it. All right, and if you want to support, please, of course, check out tonebase.com, the affiliate section. Sorry, this video has gone too long. No questions. I know you guys want me to look at GBP. Actually, shit, I want to look at GBP. GBP USD. British pound versus the dollar. I don't know which one's better. We'll just go with the first one. Oh, look at that. The combo 13 called it. Almost. Close. Yeah, this is the new version of the indicator. I was going to release it, right now, but I didn't do enough. I didn't do enough, didn't do enough testing on it. Like, I want to make sure it's accurate before we make a major release. And it's going back down, so it becomes cheaper to go to the UK for those with US dollars. And the trend is up, and I'm not surprised. I have always been bullish the pound. I thought that the reaction to the Brexit by selling the pound was not economically accurate. And I am expecting the pound to appreciate, maybe not versus the dollar, but versus the euro. I am anticipating the pound to appreciate. How is EUR versus USD going? It's been ages since I looked at that chart as well. And I am expecting the euro to go sub parity against the US dollar. Right now, it's still valued at 10% higher than the US dollar. I think this trend since 2008 will continue. See, this is what it's like to be in a bear market, okay? Like, how many people would have thought that this was the low? I mean, look, the euro reached a pretty damn big high, and then it made that secondary low, and then it went up 25% against the US dollar. And then it fell, and then it went up again, and then it fell a lot. And then the euro went up once again, like 20% against the dollar. And now it's approaching back down. I believe that the euro will go sub parity against the dollar. Here's the monthly view. I believe that one day the euro will fall below these lows. May take another 10 years, but I believe that it will fall below these lows against the dollar. I am still bullish the dollar and bearish all other fiat currencies. Okay. That's it for me, guys. Closing off with 400 viewers. Check out Tone Square right there behind me, and I will see you all on the next one, guys. Thank you for watching. Happy holidays.